This video is to show how to work the Crocodile Stitch Baby Blanket, a free pattern offered by Lianka Azule of Bonita Patterns, designed for Burnett. As you can see, I've worked my swatch in 7 different colors to show the differences between one row of scales, which is actually a 2-row repeat. There'll be a row of V-stitches, and then a row of front post double crochets on top of the V-stitches, not above the V-stitches. Let's get started. If following the pattern, begin with a chain 124. For my swatch, I'm only going to do the sample pictured in the pattern, so I'll begin with a chain 25. And from here you will V-stitch in the 5th chain from the hook. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yarn over, insert your hook, drop a loop with 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, draw through 2, yarn over, draw through 2. That is 1 double crochet, chain 1, double crochet in the same stitch to form a V-stitch. The initial chain 4 counts as a double crochet for your border, your edge, and now we will skip 2 chains and V-stitch again, which is a double crochet, a chain 1, a double crochet in the same space. Skip 2, V-stitch. And you do that all the way across. Here we are in our last V-stitch. Skip 1 chain and then double crochet in the last space of the row. Here we are at the end of row 1, which is a V-stitch row, and you have 2 double crochets on the edge. For the sample, we will have 7 V-stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. I'm going to change colors now to show the differences between each row. So I will fasten off this piece, and now you will not do this using one color yarn. So here I will attach my next color, just on the top. Again, disregard, you will not do this, unless you want to change colors each row, and this is how you do it. So we'll begin with just a chain 1 to attach the yarn. And now from here we will turn our work, and here's where we will work on top of the V-stitches with front post double crochets. So from this point you will chain 3, which counts as a double crochet, yarn over. Now front post, you go from front to back of your work, front to back, around the post of the first V-stitch. And it helps if you fold it slightly, yarn over, and complete like a V-stitch. I'm sorry, complete like a double crochet. And work 4 more double crochets in that post of the V-stitch. Chain 1. This is where we say turn. And you worked from top to bottom around the first post of the V-stitch. And now we will work from bottom to top. Yarn over, front to back, around. From front to back, around. Complete like a double crochet, work 4 more. So there will be 5 double crochets around this post of the V-stitch. We have 1 scale created. Worked the beginning chain 3, which counts, 4 front post double crochets down, chain 1 at the point, 5 front post double crochets back up to the top to complete 1 scale worked on the previous row, worked into it, not above it like other scale patterns. So from this point, you will skip the next V-stitch altogether, yarn over, work into the next one. Skip this one, same thing, front to back for a front post, fold if you need to, and work 5 front post double crochets from top to bottom of this V-stitch. Chain 1 at the base, the point, turn so that you will be working from bottom to top, fold it if you need to, yarn over from front to back around the post of that V-stitch, the second post, and work 5 more front post double crochets. Okay, and as you can see, we have 2 scales completed. Continue that across till you reach your last scale. Remember, skip the next V-stitch. Alright, here I am on my last V-stitch of the row. Work it just the same. Skip next V-stitch, work in the last V-stitch. 5 front post double crochets around the first post of the V-stitch. And as you'll notice, I am working the front of the double crochets facing in, so that means the actual back of the stitch is what will be exposed. The reason you want the back of the stitches showing is because the stitches are naturally going to curl in, and if you work the front of the stitches on the outside of the piece, your scales will curl up versus curling down, so you can see them, and you will not get the same effect. You'll get more of a ruffle than a nice pointed scale. Now from this part, you will slip stitch into the beginning chain of the row, the first double crochet of the row. So you just slip your hook in there, slip stitch, and for my video purpose I'm going to cut the yarn here so I can change my color. You will not do this. And fasten off. Now I can show you. So what we just did was one row of V-stitches, and you can see how we skipped every other V-stitch to achieve the scales on the front. And now we are going to go do a return pass of V-stitches. And I'm going to change my color. To show you the differences between the rows.